Welcome to Bootcamp Module 3 Buyer and Seller Consultations. Now you've set yourself up for success. You're doing all your lead gen, and here the phone is ringing. People want to set up listing consultations with you or buyer consultations with you. What do you do now? Here's the deal. Get prepared is the number one thing. So go ahead and create some folders so that you are ready to rock when people call. Number one thing you want to bring with is agency. Remember, that needs to be signed anytime you're going to talk business. You may also want to include contracts. This might depend on who you're meeting. Many times, I will at least prepare my contracts in transaction desk. So just in case they tell me they're ready to sign on the dotted line, I have all that ready to go. In your Bootcamp shared folder, you'll find a seller and buyer questionnaire that we use. Feel free to create your own. I use the questionnaires just so I don't forget to ask those important questions. If I'm going on a listing appointment, I make sure to bring the tax information with me and, of course, my tools so I can measure. We also have created a buyer and a seller packet. We like to leave something with our clients. It's a great resource, and usually it sits on their kitchen table for quite a while, and they don't forget to reach back out. In those buyer and seller packets, we go over who we are, our company information, that mission or value proposition, our values, what experience we might have or why to use us, some market information, and the process. Everybody likes to know the steps. Again, we might throw in agency or the contracts. And if we're going on a listing consultation, we always bring with the disclosures. Then they already have a printed copy. So when they are ready to list, they can go ahead and fill those out and give them back to you. Here are some samples. We have created this getting to know us. It talks about our team and who we are and what experience that we have. Next is our mission and our values. Here is the 12-step buyer process. We also have one for the seller, and these are also in your shared folder. Feel free to use them. Otherwise, create your own. Canva is a great resource. We've included our 12 steps here with a little bit more detail of all the steps along the way. We also have some places to write some important dates so they can remember. We also created a top 10 reasons, but you might just want to create something of what you bring to the table. We've created a list of getting your home ready to sell. Again, just a simple checklist they can pull out when they're ready to get their home ready. Now, when we go on a listing consultation, there's really no right or wrong way to do this. And everybody in this industry does it differently. Quite honestly, it even depends on the client. I've had many clients that will call me that are past clients and they're just ready to go. They're ready to sign on the dotted line. All I have to do is go over, do a quick walkthrough, and have them sign. There are others where I'm going to have to work really hard to earn their business. I might go back once, twice, 3 times, sometimes 7 before they're ready to go. You really are going to tailor this according to the clients, how well you know them, what their needs are, and their time frame. So when I go through a listing consultation, I'm usually prepared for the whole thing, but quite honestly, it mostly happens in 2 steps. The first thing that I do is I have the seller take me on a tour of their home. This is an easy way for you to build rapport. Personally, for me, I want to hear all the stories. I want to hear that that was Johnny's room when he was little. Now he lives on a farm with 2 kids and has chickens. For others, you may take that tour on your own. It gives you time to think and process and take notes. The next thing is usually we'll have a conversation either on the couch or at the kitchen table, and I want to know their reasons behind moving. I want to know their plans. Do they have to sell before they can buy? Are they in a hurry? Are they not? Is it an estate? Are we going to have to deal with lots and lots of siblings? I want to know what's behind the move. As we're walking through the home, or maybe after, we'll offer advice on what to get ready. Declutter here, maybe paint Susie's pink bedroom. We're going to go over the listing process and ease their mind. Moving is stressful, and they just want to know what it entails. Now, for me, I stop there. I go back to my office, I take all the information I've gathered, work on a comparable market and a Moxie listing presentation, and prepare the contracts. Now, some of you, I would encourage you to have all of that ready just in case, but I like to do a two-step in most cases. During the second step, we're going to go ahead and go over our Moxie listing presentation, which includes things about us and the company, also the comparable market, and then ready to sign contracts. I'm personally a paper person, so I have written contracts ready for them to sign. You might do everything electronically, which is also fine, and you can have them sign right in Authenticign with you that night. My buyer consultation takes on a little bit more of a chill vibe. Now, we really encourage you to do a buyer consultation, not just for safety purposes, to meet them in a public place, but also to make sure that they have their ducks in a row. Many people do it right here at the office. For me personally, I usually choose a coffee shop. I just want to have a conversation with them about why they're moving and what that looks like for them. I'm going to go ahead and ask them questions about their criteria. Where do they want to live? How many bedrooms? How many bathrooms? In those questions, though, I'm always asking why. Where's mom and dad? Where are friends? Where is life? Where is your job? I want to know why they're picking a certain location. I want to know why 3 bedrooms. Is 2 bedrooms in an office okay? Or do you really need 3 bedrooms? We're also going to go over the process. We're going to make sure that they're pre approved and maybe talk some lender and financing information. We might go over some market data, sign some contracts, and really go over our expectations. What is your process? Are you going to set them up on a search? Are you going to let them search willy nilly? What happens when they like a property? Do they text you? Do they email? Do they call? What is your protocol? Go over your expectations. It will make the buyer process much smoother. So now what? Find some scripts. We have some available for you. Create your own. Write down your process. Figure out, what does your listing consultation look like? What does your buyer consultation look like? What's in that packet? What do you need to bring with you? Find a friend and practice. Find a mate, a parent, a sibling. Pretend they are a buyer or a seller. Have them show you around their house like you are going to do a listing consultation. Practice a buyer consultation with them. In what order are you going to ask questions? Don't go in for the kill. Really get to know the person. Role play and then prepare. Be ready. Oftentimes, your phone will ring and someone wants to see something that night. Ask them, hey, can you come into my office for a 15-minute little powwow just so we make sure that we're all on the same page before we go see that house? You need to be prepared. All right. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for listening to Bootcamp number 3.